But anyway, Chantal, tell us a little bit about how you got into like the sex industry, I guess. Like were you just on the internet one day, or you said you did it to pay bills? Like what brought about the idea to do it?
So I do like a lot of app jumping, and I wasn't really like a Twitter girl.
Mhm.
My friends had Twitter, and I'm just like, but I got on Twitter, and it was this girl I kept seeing, and she was just like starting her OnlyFans, and I thought she was so fine. And then I started following more OnlyFans girls, and then when the pandemic hit, it like jobs and stuff was just being weird.
Mhm.
I'm like, what can I do? What can I
Mhm.
do? You know, I gotta pay my bills. So I'm like, I'm gonna just start an OnlyFans. I think that's around the same time a lot of celebrities were starting theirs and they was talking about how much money they was making.
So,
That's
what do
around
you?
then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what category do you do on there? Because some people do. I heard there's like foot fetishes or like different weird shit people be doing on
They
there.
do,
What
girl.
did you
I
be
know. We
doing?
were just talking about that earlier. My mom's like, people pay for just
No,
to
for
watch your
real.
feet, like so.
When I started, it was just like little petty videos. Little petty videos. Oh, I hate my videos when I first started. But as I got comfortable and I started following more people, I just full on just everything, really everything. Everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Okay,
Oh
we're
my
gonna leave
god.
that everything.
So, how long have you been doing it? So, you said since the pandemic. So, you currently do it still?
Eh. Okay, so like I went through a period of time last year when I was traveling. I met an actual like porn star.
Hmm.
Um,
Where'd you?
we was everywhere, girl.
Okay.
We was everywhere. He hit me up on Twitter,
Okay.
and I actually used to watch his videos on Pornhub. That's how.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, really? So we FaceTimed, and then
Interesting.
I was supposed to get on the first flight out the next day, but I'm like, we just talked tonight. He's
No, for
like,
real.
he's like, I'm making your flight right now, so you're gonna get on this flight, and I didn't get on it, and then I booked another one, so I went on it, and we just went everywhere. Like he really kidnapped me for real, and I was not mad.
Not the.
I was not
Hey, yo,
mad.
I've heard that it has its perks. It has its perks,
It
but
does.
It definitely does. What made you not want to go the first time?
I was scared. I'm like, he gonna try me up, put me in
Right.
like a bucket or something. Like I'm gonna be.
not a bucket.
I mean, like it's
No, that's
it's
real
good to
though.
know because a lot of people out here do it, so it's just kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Why did you not? And then the second time, do you regret doing it?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. Sometimes I regret a lot of stuff, but like OnlyFans, no,
No.
no.
Mhm.
I regret not going as far as I could go
You
with
can
it.
go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the money like with it? Because like some people say they get paid a lot. I be hearing that people be getting paid like $7 a month. And
Yeah.
like, how
Okay.
does
How does it work, girl? Tell us the secret.
So like with the subscriptions, okay, so the money is great. I'm not gonna even be fake. I would do OnlyFans before I work. That's why I'm kind of mad that I'm working right now.
Ah,
This is temporary, but the money is good. Like it's real good if you really push your content out. So like with the subscriptions, people, I think you can't make your subscription more than like $50. So what a lot of people do, they really like, okay, so they make their subscription low, and then they built their followings up through different platforms. So when people subscribe, they all pay that subscription fee. And then a lot of people be having like over 10,000 followers. So every
damn.
month,
That's a lot.
those 10,000 followers are paying like the little subscription.
10,000 times 50?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So a lot of people shoot to make theirs like lower so that they can get more subscribers. And then the most subscribers you get, they have to pay.
Did you have to pay to start it or anything? Because you know how sometimes some apps and stuff like that be making
Yeah.
you pay and then for you to start or anything like that. So you didn't have to pay nothing. It just
Nope.
money just started coming in.
Yep.
Yep. So basically, you just start, and then I was promoting on Twitter, Because Twitter lets you post
Yeah.
anything. I
Hell
love
yeah.
how open it is.
It's so
And
open.
the thing
Mhm.
about OnlyFans is a lot of people don't know that it's not just for like sex work. I think that that's what the image that's been put behind OnlyFans, but you could do a lot more on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I've been watching whole shows. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say people cook and everything
Yeah.
on there. But that's all we
Maybe.
really talk about though when we think about OnlyFans.
Yeah, that is true. But there is a lot more to OnlyFans, not just the things we talk about.
yeah.
So how is your like when you get a job, sometimes jobs can be stressful, right? So when it comes to like the sex work and everything you're doing, did it ever come to a point where it was mentally like exhausting or draining or
Girl.
made you feel ways?
Oh my gosh. It's so draining. Like, I feel like people don't know how much work really goes into it for real. Because you gotta, so like on Twitter, there's these things called retweet groups. You're probably in like 200 to 300 groups on Twitter, and it's like 75 people in each group.
Ooh.
And you have to constantly, okay, so it's like, it'll be a group and it'll be like 1-3. So like 1-3 means you like drop one gift and you have to retweet 3 people. And you're doing that all day, every day. And then we have rounds where 50 to 75 people will drop in a round and you have to retweet all of those people by like an hour. You get like an hour. And you do that.
So this is literally like a whole business.
Yeah,
It's like a company.
Yeah.
It's like a whole little
You
thing.
guys check your message to see, send it over there.
And it's
check
so
the people.
it's so catty on there. Like you retweet 75 people, you miss one person.
Ooh.
They is going.
Tell us.
They is
Tell
It's
us.
going
it's
down.
catty. It's so catty. Like you get blocked on Twitter for something, then everyone blocks you. Like you have to walk on eggshells on
It's
there.
a tight culture. Is what you're
Yes.
saying. It's
Yes,
tight.
like you do anything, you say the
If you
wrong
in, you
thing.
in.
Yeah,
You out, you out.
hey, y'all fucking with
Ain't no
money,
in between.
so that's
I remember they tried to cancel
Can't
me for
slip.
this dude that I was doing my videos with in Chicago,
Yeah.
and I didn't know his background like that, and I guess he had like a couple instances where he like said and did like stuff that made people like block him.
Mhm.
And me being a new content creator, a lot of people who get like what is it like blacklisted or canceled,
Mhm.
they'll try to go for like the new content creators to do content with because they don't know.
Right.
So I had like a couple, like Miss B Nasty. Yeah, she blocked me because of that. I was like, damn, I didn't know. I'm a newbie. But they like anything like who your partner is, what you tweet about, if you like on a rant, people's pronouns. You call people the wrong pronoun, you can get
it's over.
canceled. Yeah.
Dang.
So do you have a manager? Because I was just talking to a friend of mine and he actually been thinking about managing OnlyFans girls. So do you have a manager? How does that work?
I don't,
You
but
don't.
I know a couple managers and they be getting these girls paid. Like I've had a couple friends who started out, wasn't really making anything, fly out to Miami, meet the guy who manages. And he had like they probably be at like 10K at the end of the month and they were probably making like 1K or 2K barely. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, y'all heard it here at Late
Yeah.
Night Snacks, y'all.
So, there's a lot of bad stigma behind people who do sex work, as well as there is supporters because there's the sex industry is a whole billion-dollar industry. But as far as the stigma, like, how do you feel about that? Has anybody ever came at you? Like,
The wrong
do you
way.
get a lot of backlash about it?
Have you ever had any like beef or problems with anybody, girl?
The beef.
It's
For
like
real, like, cause it's deep. It,
No,
it
for real.
really can. Like, you're sharing, parts of yourself and things like that, where it really gets deep into it. So it's like people, harassment, like judgment, like your confidence,
that.
everything all comes within that. So, yeah, has anyone?
Yeah. I've had a couple people try me. I'm everywhere. So like people who don't like me, it's easy for them to like, get a hold of those videos and like post them on their Snapchat. And when I first started, I was doing any and everything and I was open about it. So they'll go find those videos and post them and sometimes I'll just be like, well, it's out there already. If they was to follow me on Twitter, then it's there. So,
Girl, I know.
Yeah, that is funny though. How
man,
they
I
try to
know.
expose you and you're already an
I
open
mean,
book.
Yep. So I just
That's
be like,
Yeah.
I get it'd be like a lot of laughter behind it, but then like people be hitting me up like, oh, I seen that video, I fucks with it, I like that type of stuff. So it just be like a lot. I don't mind it. I really don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, people don't show hate unless I don't know. It's like when guys are involved, it's so weird. Like I feel like I don't hear anything about me doing content until like I mess with someone and they got other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
And their girl sees it and she's just like, oh, she does OnlyFans and she's a whore. So it's
Right.
like,
I have a question. Okay, so we're talking about guys and everything with it. Have you ever had a problem with like other females or any like, things within females? Because a lot of competition, there's a lot of competition within the business as well. So have you ever had a problem with any female or anything like that?
I think the only time I've gotten into it with a female is really in those retweet groups. Everyone on Twitter is, for the most part, is very, very, very supportive. Females are very supportive. The males are
As
very
they
supportive.
should.
Like, because we're all out there,
Yep.
so I feel like we all have to have each other's back, and that's how
Yep.
a lot of them think. But when you play with their money, that's when it's really
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's really strict because it's all about that money. If you play with it wrong, like it gets cut off real quick. Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't have people support the content, but in your like personal relationships, because they giving anybody podcast equipment nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get on the internet and say anything. But have you ever like, do you have problems in love? Because guys, they be saying like, oh, if she do this, this, and that, then like I'm not about to wife her. Like I'll fuck.
Right.
I'm not about
But
to
I ain't
wife
gonna
her.
wife
It's a lot
her
of
or
dudes out here
anything.
saying that. Like,
Yeah, it get like that for real.
it do.
When I meet guys,
Damn.
and it's like this is an everyday thing. Like I'll meet people when I go outside,
Yeah.
and they'll come up to me. Maybe random people that I don't know. They be like, "Oh, I seen your videos," or like it'll be like a conversation, and then it comes up like, "Oh, and by the way, like I watched you," and it kind of makes me like damn, like now I don't know how this is gonna go because once they see stuff like that, they could be cool for the most part, and then be like, okay, so what's this about? And I'm just like, no, we're chilling, like we'll just be cordial, But people be trying to see what it's about, and I'm just like, so that can kind of cause a little bit of.
Because you're in a relationship.
I was just gonna say that you said earlier you was
Yeah,
in
like,
a
you gotta
relationship
hold-
earlier,
okay.
and that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how do you go about that? How is that? Like, I mean, first of all, are you in a relationship?
Yes, I'm in like it's
Okay.
like an open relationship. I
Okay.
don't know. We're like in a gray
Complicated.
area right now. Yeah. I don't know. He knew I did it. He still wanted to, make me his girlfriend. But I don't know. He was just like, I don't think he really fucks with it like that, So out of respect for him, I put it to the side. So I haven't like posted any new videos or anything since like last year. But like it's different because my last boyfriend, him being a whole porn star, every day was like, we're gonna set up these, we're gonna find
No, for real.
and we're gonna do this and do that, and we're gonna go to stuff like this, and we're gonna go out and socialize and network. So it's like it depends on who you really date for real. Some people be okay with it, and some people be like, I like you for who you are, but I don't want you to do it anymore.
No, for real. Dang. That's great.
Thank you for sharing.
No, for
Like,
real.
I appreciate that because yeah, we want other females that be hearing or wanting to do it. We was talking about the reason why we brought you is because a lot of other females, we would love to have other females hear when someone is really doing it and they're doing it for real, not just like them famous porn stars, but someone that's not in that fame state right now, but going into it and starting the business and how.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem. I appreciate you guys for asking me these questions because I be wanting to get this information out because people be like, I don't want to work anymore. I just do OnlyFans. And I be like, girl, sometimes you want to just clock into work and just do what you got to do because like that, it's really training for real. Like it'll be times where I'll set up my little camera and be like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'd rather just lay down. You know,
Mhm.
don't want to do this at all.
Because it's a job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Still, you gotta still work, still
So
do stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna say it is an occupation, but this is like a real straight up question though. Like,
Oh.
so if you had if you had a little baby girl,
Mhm.
would you be like open to her doing this, or would you feel like away as her mom?
Right.
Do your parents feel away like about you? Like, do they know?
Do they know or anything?
Oh my God. Okay, so I always said, like, okay, so if I was to have kids, mama had to do what she had to do. You feel
Mhm.
me? Like, I feel
Girl.
like I'm not gonna do
Yes.
something and like half ass it. So if I'm doing something, I want to get something out of it. So I've been seeing people purchase their first homes doing this very, very young at that. Rather the
Yeah.
girl was doing OnlyFans and the guy was managing other girls, you
Mhm.
know. I've been seeing a girl tell her story about like sleeping in a car to now living in a mansion, and her boyfriend's so supportive of her. I loved it. I followed it. But I'm just like, if I do anything, I'm gonna get something out of it. And I'm just gonna let them know, like, here we are, because mama had to do what she had to do. So
You had to do what you had to do to get them where they had to, where they're gonna be at.
yes,
So,
because life is not easy.
it's
And
not. It's not.
how I am, these jobs, I be ready to go once I,
Girl, we be talking about that
No.
all the time. Like, fuck these jobs.
But
and it's like, it's an easy come up. I'm not gonna lie. Like my ex, him being a porn star, it opened doors for like Zeus and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so he was like on the Bad Boys last season,
mm,
and I'm like, damn, like, he couple years into this, you're meeting famous people, you're at all the premieres, now you're on a TV show. So, and then I'd be like on Twitter and I'll see like a famous person follows me or something, and I'll be like, oh, okay, they see my videos. So,
Yeah, they gonna see it.
if you do what you gotta do and you do it right and you be creative, you don't know like who sees it and what doors it can open.
now
Amen.
this is my last question before we transition.
Yeah.
So, what was probably your worst experience, but something you got paid a lot for, but like it was just not cool?
Hmm. I don't think I've had one of those.
No?
No.
So you've been pretty cool, like with anything.
And yeah, like with pretty much anything. I'm good at being like, no, I'm not doing that, because I know people back home can see it, but like, and I know it's out there forever. So I be thinking about stuff like that when I do like certain videos. But if I don't care, then it's good to go. But like if I be like, then, because the internet is forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And people are cruel.
Yes.
They are.
People say like the internet
stays into your
behind them
history,
scenes.
into
Yeah.
your lifetime, your timeline, your life timeline.
Folks be behind the screens capping.
Gonna go
And
back.
you don't know who sees what.
Back in the day when
No, man.
oh, y'all saw them pic, girl. Yeah. I feel you.
Damn.
But
Well, yeah. Thank
again, thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
For being here. But you guys are watching Late Night Snacks. Where can we follow you on social media?
Okay, so my Twitter is Drippin' Velvet. It's DRIPPINVELVET.
Per.
And X videos, Drippin' Velvet. Instagram, shan.low__. Yeah.
Thank you. And then you can follow us at Late Night Snacks Radio 22. And then follow your girl QB at Queen_B_Studios_22.
Follow me at Nariro on Instagram and .a.r. We gonna be right back with Late Night Snacks Radio 22.
Bitch, most likely, only fucking you just to spite me. But please don't get it twisted, I ain't tripping. I never put my faith in a nigga, bitch, I'ma die independent. If you was wondering, yeah, boy, I'm still that bitch. I had to block you, but you still gotta watch this shit. Cause who the fuck rock it like me? No bra, tight tee, slick back, ponytail, feeling like I'm iced tea. You know I suck it good, real hood, real wake up. You know her head weak if she ain't fucking up her makeup. Damn, I can't believe I used to let you fuck me. I'd rather be in jail before a broke me. Ladies, love yourself, cause this shit could get ugly. That's why as fuck niggas get money. And I don't give a fuck if that nigga leave tonight, because nigga, that dick don't run me. You better get on your knees and eat this pussy right before I have another nigga do it for me.